Chapter 31. I felt cold. No, more than cold. Freezing. My nipples were so hard they could cut glass. I shook, looking around me for some kind of warmth. There was none. I lay in a snowbank. I wasn't really used to the snow, living in Southern California and all. I sat up, wrapping my arms around my chest. My chest. Looking down, I saw the same wound on my left pec. It felt numb. One of Bloodstone's black talons sat in my flesh, deep and happy. The black tendrils of poison, or whatever it was, leaked over my body, spreading out like a spider web. "I'd leave that in there if I were you." A voice I didn't recognize offered me advice. "Vampire poison is better left in until you're around the right hands who know how to take it out." I wrapped my arms around my shaking body. Puffs of steam left my mouth before they disappeared a moment later. I didn't see anyone. "Who?" I managed to ask past chattering teeth. "Who are you?" "A friend or an enemy. That choice can be yours," the voice said in an accent I couldn't make out. It was a man's voice, but was he Russian, Serbian, something else? "The trees to your left." I looked around the area to see a copse of trees to my left. Their trunks were thick, branches laden with snow. A tall man stood against the closest tree. He moved from it now toward me. He looked like a king. Dark hair, a short beard, and a fur cloak over his shoulders. He came toward me with a smile on his lips I didn't know if I could trust. It was like looking at a spider before it bit. "Jonny Hunter," the man said, fixing his black leather gloves. "I have to say, I am surprised a human like you, so inexperienced, was able to destroy Bloodstone and his coven. That is very impressive." Dread like I hadn't experienced before took me. This man, whoever he was, carried a presence with him that was nearly palpable. "Who are you?" I asked, trying to make sense of all of this. "Where am I?" "Bloodstone infected you, connecting us," the man said as if the explanation were simple enough. "I was the one who turned Bloodstone, so in this way we are able to commune. We talk here in a plane not known in your world. As for who I am, you know who I am, Jonny Hunter." "The Count?" I asked, trying to fit the pieces together in my mind. I was still so cold. "You're a vampire."
"And who says models are dense?" The Count smiled.
His teeth were straight, his eyes ice blue, not black. I looked down at the black nail in my chest again.
"Leave it in," the Count instructed. "It's the only thing keeping you alive at the moment."
As I stood there in the freezing snow, trying to make sense of this new plane of existence and who I was speaking with, I couldn't help but wonder why he was keeping me alive. I was about to rip out the black nail in my chest like an ingrown hair. If I did that, according to the man in my dream or whatever this was, I'd be dead. "Why tell me?" I asked. "Am I supposed to believe that you're one of the good guys, Count whatever your last name is?"
"How rude of me, of course."
The man gave a flourishing bow.
"My name is Count Victor Jovanovich. I have no desire to see you die, Jonny Hunter. Too long have my kind been hunted by the court and the hunters they contract. I was hoping you might be a bridge to fill that gap."
"I think what we have here is a case of mistaken identity," I said, rewrapping my arms over my chest in an attempt to keep warm. "I'm not contracted by the court. I didn't know any of this even existed more than a few days ago."
"And that is why you would make the perfect emissary between our kinds," Victor remarked,
taking off his fur cloak and placing it around my shoulders. I flinched. I wasn't sure if what happened here in this other reality happened in the real world. I sure as heck didn't trust Victor, but neither was I in a position to decline warmth.
"You've been through much, John Hunter," Victor said, taking a step back. His black boots crunched on the layer of snow on the ground. "I know who you are, where you come from. I understand how brutal an upbringing you've had, the struggle with bullies, money, and relationships. I can fix all of that. I can make you the hero of your own story." I watched in awe as Victor swept an open arm to our left. The snowy terrain shimmered, then shifted from ground-laden snow to a 2-story mansion. A long driveway led up to a gray home with white trim. A Bentley and a Porsche sat parked near the front door. Tracy was there, waving to me with a sincere smile on her face. That same smile I had come to know and love before she was twisted and corrupted. "Everything you've ever wanted, John Hunter," Victor continued. "Everything you've ever wanted, and all I need you to do is agree to bring peace to our two factions. Vampires hunting humans, the court hunting vampires. It's a vicious cycle that must be stopped." I don't know how he managed to get in my head, but he knew about my past. Every detail of the house is what I daydreamed my own would look like one day. It even had a nice wide yard, and of course, Tracy. "One thing I learned a long time ago is that nothing's free," I said, looking from the image back to Victor. "What you're selling is too good to be true." For the first time, I saw Victor's generous facade crack for just a moment. I saw his jaw muscles tighten, his eyes go from that ice blue to black, and then back again. "I want peace," Victor crooned. "Take time to think about my offer, for I will not ask again. I just need someone in the court who sees things like I do. That's all." "You mean a spy?" I asked, finally getting down to the actual word. "You want me to spy on the court for you. Nothing in my life has ever come easy because I've never chosen the easy way out." I told him, letting his cloak drop to my feet. I didn't care about the cold anymore. Anger erupted in my chest. Anger at Victor for trying to manipulate me, and anger at myself for being so naive and even entertaining the idea. "I will kill you," Victor threatened, letting his eyes go pure black now. His flashy white smile morphed into a mouth of razors. "You could have had it all, and instead you've chosen death, John Hunter. I am coming for you." Victor lunged at me so fast, I had no chance at all.